A group of Colorado moms is angry and they're taking action to ban guns. Right now, they are holding a protest at the state capitol. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez is there covering their efforts. And Brianna, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jordan. Yeah, you can see hundreds of women are right behind me, right in front of the state capitol. And this started growing around 5 a.m. this morning. And I'm actually joined by Michaela. Michaela, you're coming all the way from LA. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Kind of walk me through what made you want to come here to Colorado.
I mean, first, I was just really moved. I mean, this only came onto my radar 2 months ago. I think that's when it first started. And I thought, this is really interesting. I want to support the women of Colorado, where I know Colorado is a state that is highly affected by many mass shootings, next to California, unfortunately. And, you know, we are women who have a vote, and I listen to all these women who are just crying and saying, I drop my kids off at school every day. I'm terrified. And I write the postcards and I ask my lawmakers and I give money to all the organizations, and I've shown up in all these other ways. What can I do? As you can hear, there's a lot of support of people going by, but you know, what can I do? I feel so powerless. And then there were these women who said, look, you don't have to feel powerless. You're actually the biggest voting bloc in this country. If you feel like that the legislators aren't doing enough in Congress or the president, come to your governor. We have a governor here who we believe is humane, who will hear us. You know, here's the thing. The big issue here is that guns are the #1 killer of children and teens. The #1 killer. And what's interesting is that, you know, we're covering this as the news story when that's the news story. That's the thing that I think all these women here can't fathom, that we sit with this and that we're somehow meant to, I guess, get used to it or something. How could we not be here? I think is.
Thank you so much, Michaela, for joining us this morning and for coming all the way from LA here to Colorado. Well, you can see that there is hundreds of women right behind me. They've been here bright and early since around 4:30 when I got here, and I know they're going to be here till 8 tonight. If the governor doesn't sign it, they said that they're going to come back tomorrow and the next day until changes are made. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Brianna, we'll be keeping a close eye on their efforts. Thank you.
We could know as soon as tomorrow evening who Denver's next mayor will be. Tomorrow is election day in Denver. Voters will decide whether Kelly Brough or Mike Johnston should lead the city. 3 city council races are also on the ballots. It is too late to vote by mail, but you can put your ballot in a drop box or vote in person up until 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Tonight, we're going to hear from both Johnston and Brough on Next with Kyle Clark. You can watch those interviews at 6 p.m. And then tomorrow night, we're going to be bringing you results and analysis live as those votes get counted and come in on 9 News at 9 and 10. Then on Wednesday morning, Anusha Roy will join us on 9 News Mornings to break everything down.
This week, Denver could decide to make designated campsites for people experiencing homelessness a long-term solution. It started as an experiment at the height of the pandemic in 2020. The safe outdoor spaces were designed to give alternatives to crowded indoor shelters. Well, since then, the city says that 8 different locations have sheltered more than 500 people. 180 of those people went on to move into permanent housing. The program was supposed to end at the end of the year, but now City Council could decide to change zoning rules for the site so they can stay open and stay in the same place long term.
This week, 3 more Republicans plan to join the race for president. Former Vice President Mike Pence is expected to make his announcement any day now. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie also plans to launch a bid for the presidency. This will be his second run for president. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is slated to announce as well. 9 Republicans have already officially declared they're running.
One person already in the race, Nikki Haley, and for the first time, she made her pitch to voters during a town hall on CNN. One of her big talking points, red flag gun laws.
I don't trust government to deal with red flag laws. I don't trust that they won't take them away from people who rightfully deserve to have them, because you've got someone else judging whether someone should have a gun or not. It is a constitutional right that people can protect and defend themselves.
Haley also says she supports the country's effort to help Ukraine in the war against Russia and says she would support whoever is the nominee.
YouTube will no longer take down videos with false claims about fraud in the 2020 election. The company says it's found removing that content does stop some misinformation, but not enough to reduce violence or other harm. It also says taking down the videos puts limits on free political speech. YouTube first put the policy in place in December of 2020 after President Biden won the election. Since then, YouTube says it has taken down tens tens of thousands of videos.
This week, a federal grand jury will meet again about the classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago. It's part of the Justice Department's investigation into how former President Donald Trump handled misclassified documents. Prosecutors have been presenting the grand jury with evidence for months now, and Trump still has never says he's broken the law. He calls the investigation politically motivated, and it's still not clear whether prosecutors are planning to seek an indictment as of now.